Hello guys, and welcome to another new video. If this is your first time coming to my channel or your first time watching my content, then welcome to my channel. Or if you have been watching my content and you are a returning subscriber, then welcome back. On today's video, I don't want to take much of your time. I'm just going to be continuing. We are continuing with the free course on the free course on forex trading, where I'm taking you guys from A to Z on forex trading. And on today's video, we just continue with the last video I posted yesterday. So if you haven't watched this video, please go back and watch this video. So that you'll be able to follow up and easily understand what I'm talking about. On today's video, we're going to be talking about steps on developing your own forex trading system. As you guys know, 90% or 99% of all the strategies I use on a daily basis to make money in forex trading are strategies that I develop by myself. All right, they are all strategies that I develop by myself. But how can you develop your own strategy? How can you be able to develop your own strategy that will be able to make you money in forex trading? With expertise, you can be able to develop your own strategy. So on today's video, I'm just going to be sharing my screen. I would have gone on my digital board, but I think we should do it today so that it's going to be more interactive. So I'm just going to be sharing you the presentation which I have on my screen, and I'm going to be walking you guys on the steps in which you can follow to be able to create your own trading system that can give you results like this. All right, so please make sure you stay to the end of the video. Because I'm going to be giving you guys a bonus tip at the end of the video. And if you are ready for us to proceed, please, the only thing I want you to do is to smash the like button on the video. Let's get the video to at least 1,000 likes. So please leave a like on the video and let's get started. As you can see on my screen, I have the title that says Steps to Developing Your Own Trading System. There's a popular saying that says, give a person fish or give a man fish and you give that man fish for the rest of his life. But teach a man how to fish and he will be able to fish for himself for the rest of his life. So on today's video is part of teaching you guys how to fish, instead of just giving you fish. So beside that, we have our topic here, steps to developing your forex trading system. And let's continue. On today's video, you can see we have a couple of steps. All right, we have a couple of steps which you're going to be able to follow if you want to create a forex trading system. And these steps, you can see we have all the 6 steps here. The first step, remember, this is a chronological process. If you skip one process on this along the way, your trading system is going to be lacking something. All right, these are the steps you need to be able to follow religiously without skipping any step along the way. If you can see on my screen, let's just go here. Let me get my highlighter. If you can see on my screen, the first point I have here is find your time frame or time frame. It can be a time frame or time frames. All right, it can be a time frame or time frame. I'm going to be opening all the points in details as we go down with the explanation. So let me just go through the points vividly. So find your time or time frame. Find the tools that will help you identify a trend. So you find a tool that will help you quickly identify a trend. Then find tools that will help you avoid fake trends. All right, so you also find tools that will help you avoid or confirm fake trends. Then define your entries and exit. After you find tools that can help you identify your trends, you then define your entries and your exit. Then define your target. You also define your target. That is already having everything planned before you press or the buy or the sell button. After you've defined your target, you then define your risks. You also have to define your risk. That is very, very important. Then this is where you need to write down. All right, you need to write your forex trading system rules. Remember, I say system rules. Write your forex trading system rules. All right, system rules down, and never trade against your rule. Never trade against your rule. So write your forex trading system. Write your new system which you want to develop. Write the rules down and never for once trade against those rules. All right, so with that being said, let's go to the next slide so that we can be able to take them down one by one. Let's go so that we can be able to go one by one. So the first step on our list is steps to developing your forex trading system. So the first step is find your time frame. I can't recommend which time frame for you to use, but remember, I'm teaching you guys the steps that you can be able to use to develop your own trading system. So based on the trading system that you want to develop, the first thing you have to do is to find a time frame. All right, that is the first thing you want to do, is to find a time frame or time frames that will help you identify your trends, that will help you execute your trade. Taking something like price action, for example, maybe you want to go maybe to the higher time frame to have a bigger picture of where the market is heading to have a bigger picture of where you might be targeting. Then now you go down to the lower time frame, like maybe the 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, to execute your trade. You see, so you actually have time frames. You've done your analysis, you've seen that okay, these are the time frames that I use. Or maybe talking about fundamental trading, you know that okay, since I'm just going to be dealing with one fundamental, I'm just going to stick with the lower time frame. I'm just going to stick with the 1 minute time frame. I'm just going to stick with the 5-minute time frame. So you see, different time frames are subjective to different strategies. All right, that is why I said I can't recommend the time frame for you to use, because it might depend on the strategy you want to create. So watch all the videos on my channel, watch all the videos on this playlist, and you'll be able to understand the myth about time frames and how to better set your time frames. Perfect. Let's go on the next steps. So the next step on our list, find tools that will help you identify trends easily. All right, so find tools that will help you identify trends easily. After you've already find the time frame or the time frames that will help you execute your trade, what tools will you be using? What tools will you be using to easily identify your trend? So if I can get my pen, you see this chart is actually making lower low, lower high. It's making again lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And anytime you see a market making lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower high, what is that? That is a clear downtrend. Can you see this? That is a clear downtrend. This is you just being able to identify your trend just by using what? Just by using candlestick patterns. All right, this is you just being able to identify your trend using candlestick patterns without using. If you bring a moving average, maybe a 50, I think maybe a 50 moving average, or an exponential moving average, they're still going to be able to confirm the same thing. Maybe they're even going to be lacking behind. But before they give you those results, just by doing this, you already know your trend. You've already determined your trend just by using candlestick patterns, just by using price pattern, just by knowing that okay, if the market is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, without creating new higher highs, then that market is on a downtrend. You see, so that is a tool which I've been able to use to determine my trend. You see, so that's why I say find a tool that will help you identify your trend easily. All right, so you find a tool that will be able to help you identify your trend. Let's go to the next point. The next point on our list on the steps in developing your own trading system. Remember, these are the steps you can follow to develop your own trading system. So the next step on our list, we're talking about find tools that will help you. You can see I have it right here. Find tools that will help you avoid fake trends and confirm your trend. So these are two things. There are two things the tools should do. The tools should be able to help you identify fake trends, and the tools should also help you to be able to confirm the new trends. Remember, you have to identify fake trends, is what we call fakies or stop loss hunting or stuff like that. And another tool that will help you confirm your trend. For example, if you can see on this chart, this market was actually bouncing. I can call this maybe on support and resistance. But if somebody who doesn't know that okay, you need to look for tools that will help you identify fake trends. As soon as the person sees this chart breaking this point, the person might head up and buy, thinking the market is going to go up. See what happened? The market pull back on the opposite direction. This chart again pierced again this particular support at this level, this particular resistance at this level. If you didn't have tools that will help you identify fake trends or identify stop loss hunting or fakies in Forex, you hurriedly buy this area thinking the market is going to go up, and see what happened. The market pull back again on the opposite direction. But here you can see if you are using now candlestick patterns and knowing candlestick formation and buy pressure, demand level and supply level, you'll be able to know that okay, this was a true breakout and you'll be entering at this particular level. All right, and as soon as the market was broken somewhere here, you can see the market started shooting up immediately. So those are tools. I'm just using price action for example. Maybe you might be using indicators, you might be using others, you might be using other tools, but you must have a tool that will help you identify fake trends. You must have a tool that will help you identify fake trends. All right, good. Then the next point is define your entry and exit. After you've had tools that will help you identify your trend and also identify fake trends, the next thing you need to do is to define your entry. Where are you going to enter into the market? Remember, I already taught you guys about REST. All right, REST is REST. All right, REST stands for what? The reason why you are getting into that trade. Then E stands for what? Your entries. Where are you going to put your entries? Then S stands for stops. Where are you going to put your stops? All right, and T stands for what? Your target. Where are you going to put your target? Any trading system must have these four things: the rest, the reason, the entry, the stops, and the target, so that you should already predefine your risks before you get into any trade. All right, so you must have tools that help you define your entry and your exit. Where are you going to go into the market, and where are you going to exit from that particular market? Good. Then next thing, you must find tools that will help you identify or define your target. So after you've already defined your entry and exit, define now your target. How many pips are you going? What is your risk to reward? Talking about target, you now be talking about what? The risk to reward. All right, you can already call it risk to reward, or you can call it just arrow, risk to reward. So what is the risk to reward on that particular play, on that particular trade? How many pips are you targeting? How many pips will you be comfortably say, okay, this trade is a good day, I'm going to end at this point? Or if the market doesn't go your way, at what point are you going to be exiting that trade? So that is what I'm talking about, risk to reward, and that comes in when you are defining your target. All right, I've already made a video that talks about risk to reward, and I explained to you guys in detail why you should never take any trade that has a risk to reward of at least 1:2. That is why even if I have losses or I make losses or I end up blowing account, at the end of the day I still make money, because most of the trades that I take, they are big runners, so they are able to bulldoze or cover up all the small losers which I have. That is why I preach every day, never take a trade that has a risk to reward of at least 1:2. Perfect. Let's go to the next slide. After doing all of that, what you need to do now is to define your risks. As a forex trader, before you get into any trade, whether you like it or not, you need to already predefine your risks. You need to already predefine your risks, so that if the trade doesn't go your way, you won't kill yourself. You won't start beating yourself up to say what is happening. So before you get into any trade, please, you need to predefine your risks. What is your risk appetite? How much can you comfortably risk? How much can you afford to lose? Those are the things, those are the points you need to consider when defining your risks. What is your risk appetite? How much can you comfortably lose? How much can you afford to lose? How much are you ready to risk per trade? Those are all the things that you ask yourself. Those are all the questions that you ask yourself, and you write down the answers very clearly when you are talking about defining your risks. So that one is about defining your risks. Then on the next point, after you've already defined your risks, this is where the most important point comes in. You need to be able to look for a book. You need to be able to write all your rules, right? I don't know if this is how they draw a book, but now this is where you need to be able to write down all your rules. You write down number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. If this happens, I'll do this. If this happens, I'll take this trade. If this happens, so you write down all your system rules. Each system, if you see all my strategies have a particular rule that I follow, all right? A particular systematic system that I follow. If my trading system doesn't, if I don't have all the boxes ticked, I won't take that trade. So that is the same thing you should do. You should go to write down all your rules. Maybe your rules is just to risk this percentage of your account balance. Maybe your risk is only, one of your rules is only to risk at least, or it's only to go for trades that will give you a rate of at least 1:2. Maybe part of your rules is only to just use the 4-hour time frame to do your analysis and 5-minute time frame to execute your trade, or maybe part of your rule is just to go for one. So you write down all your system rules until you are able to tick all the boxes. It's like you have one box, you have another one, you have another one, and when you are going through your risks, you are ticking. This one is perfect, this one is perfect, this one is perfect, and when you are able to tick all the boxes before you can place the trade. So that is why you see us, we trade with peace of mind. My book is coming up. That book is Trading in Peace, and in that book, Trading in Peace, I explain most of these steps about you trading with confidence. Even when the trade doesn't go your way, you don't have yourself to blame. You can't kill yourself, because as a forex trader, you're going to have some trades that won't go your way. But now, how are you able to, the most important question you should ask yourself is, were you able to follow your system rules? All right, were you able to follow? Did you follow your system rules? And if the answer is yes, then don't worry yourself. Go to the next trade. Tomorrow you'll be able to rebound, and even if you lose $10 on the trade, take lessons from that trade and go to another trade. Tomorrow you'll be able to make $50 that will cover that one. The most important question is, did you follow your system rules? All right, did you follow your system rules? So with that being said, those are the main points, and if you just go back here, this is what I want us to see again. Let me go back here and show you this. Okay, so if I have to go back here, these are just the points I want you guys to see. So these are the 7 points. Before you come up with any trading system, your own trading system, you have to be able to have all these 7 points. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7. The first thing you need to do is to look for time frames that you'll be able to use to set to, or the time frames you'll be able to use to trade, or the time frame your trading system is going to base on. Your trading system is going to base on what time frame you define it. Then you find tools that will help you to be able to identify trends. All right, after you've looked for tools that will help you to identify trends, now you look for tools that will be able to help you to identify fake trends, because market makers already know where your stop loss is going to be, so they're going to trap you. So you look for tools that will help you to be able to identify fake trends. Then you define your entry and exit. Then the next point is define your target. You also have to define your target. How many pips are you going? How many pips are you risking? How many pips are you going for a take profit or a stop loss? Next point, define your risks. All right, define your risks. What is your risk appetite? How much can you comfortably lose? How much can you afford to lose? And how much are you ready to risk per trade? Then after that, you take your book and you write down all the steps. You write down all the steps from the first. You write down all the rules that you need to follow. And anytime you break one of these rules, you're going to be able to pay with your account balance. All right, so make sure you respect your system rules and don't go against these rules. All right, with that being said, let me see. I think we've covered everything. Good. So with that being said, guys, those are just the few steps you need to be able to follow when you want to be able to create any trading system. If you can see all my trading system, either we're talking about fundamental, technical, sentimental, even price action strategies, all my systems that I've given you guys, even robotic trading, they all went through all these 7 steps. All right, so take down these 7 steps. Even when you're doing backtesting on your own system, make sure they respect and they go through. Make sure your system, you have all the boxes on these 7 steps respected. And if you have all the boxes on these 7 steps respected, trust me, you're going to be able to have a solid trading system that will be able to make you money like this. That will be able to make your screenshots to look like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to be able to hear from me one-on-one, or you want to join my Discord community or my Discord private or Patreon community, then please check the video on the check the link on the video description. And if you also want to use the same broker I use, you might know how to trade, you might know how to create these systems, you might know how to do all of this, but if you don't have the right tools, there is no way you're going to make any money in forex trading. So if you want to use the same broker I use, also check the link on the video description. You want to hear from me one-on-one, so just check the links on the video description for tools that will help you get started in forex trading. If you want to also join my Telegram free channel, also check the link on the video description, and feel free to check me out on Instagram. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. Let's get the video to 1,000 likes, please. So make sure you smash the like button on this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, smash the subscribe button below. Smash the red subscribe button below to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow these other videos that I'm going to leave at the end of the screen, because that is the next video on the course. So make sure you follow this video, which I'm going to leave at the end of the screen. Until then, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.